Hey, welcome to Mentor Mornings, guys. So I am out in the woods and I hope that this is streaming okay. If it's not, I'll probably delete it. But yeah, the reason why I am making today, so today is another unscripted version. But I had something really interesting happen to me yesterday. And like as we go through life and we adventure into nature, oftentimes it's like the world speaks to us. Like the universe speaks to us in whatever way that we manage to pick up on. And yesterday morning I went on a run and it was beautiful out. By the way, guys, if you appreciate this, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you are not already, so you can get more of this good stuff every week. So I was out on this run and I was on my way back and the sun was out. It was beautiful. It smelled like spring everywhere. The fields were wet with dew. And I was running back and the sun was just coming up over the mountains and it was shining down and there was this worm stretched out on the pavement. And he was long and thin and he looked like he was like, the direction he was headed was across the road and he was on his way out. Like if he continued that direction, there's no doubt that worm would die. And so I stopped and I looked down at this worm and just 1 foot in the other direction was the perfect environment for a worm to be in. It was moist, it was wet, there was shade, the sun wasn't beating down on it. And I said, wow, little worm, you're going the wrong direction. Do you want to go back to the other side? Do you want to go back to where, where it's nice for you, where you won't die? And so I bent down to pick up this worm off of the pavement and throw him back into his environment. And when I went to pick him up, the way that he peeled away from the pavement, like I knew right away, like, ow, that had to hurt. That was painful. And he squirmed and wiggled and I accidentally dropped him and I picked him up and I put him back in I put him back into the ditch. And I sat there and I was wondering, I said, well, if I was that worm, would I have wanted somebody to pick me up and put me back where I would thrive? Because that was a tremendous amount of pain that little guy just went through, and it's probably going to hurt for a while. He may have a scar. And I was thinking about it, and I said, yeah, I think I would. If I was in that situation, I was going towards, certain doom and failure and pain and death. Like, yeah, I would hope that somebody would come along, pick me up, put me back where I belong, even if it hurt, even if it was super freaking painful. And then I thought about it, well, yeah, I hope somebody does that in my life. And then I looked back across my past and I said, somebody has done that in my life. That's stuff where we feel, a tremendous sense of pain over what could have been or what should have been or what might have been that never was. And we feel that pain. Maybe that was somebody coming along and tearing us up from the road because we were going in the wrong direction. And it hurt to be put back where we could make good decisions and live the lives that we were supposed to live. But I think I would rather have that scar and that pain than have ended up down a path that didn't serve us or didn't serve me. And that was kind of a heavy moment. Like I was like, wow, far out. Like the universe just spoke to me. And maybe that's a story that you can take and you can think about it inside of your own life. Would you want to be picked up if you were that little worm going the wrong direction? I guess that's really it, guys. That's all. I didn't come on here to talk about really anything else other than overcoming that pain through the story of the little worm. All right, guys. I will see you on Monday. Have an excellent 4th of July if you live in the United States. And something else, I was just reading this morning an email, a really interesting email. It was talking about the birth of the Declaration of Independence and how these words on the Declaration of Independence carried so much value, so much power, of for the people, by the people, of the people. Yet this wonderful document was never really followed. Like here we are, it was 200 and some years later when the Civil War was fought, where we finally started to honor that. And then it wasn't even until 1965 that we allowed people to vote. That wasn't even 100 years ago. It's like, wow, we are so young. Like we still have so much to learn. The important thing, though, I think that's really worth noting is that just like our own personal lives, like we're always growing. Like, we know, like we're gonna continue to change and evolve and grow until the day that we leave this earth. And just like that, our nation is going to change and evolve and grow, just like we do individually. And I think that today, when we celebrate independence in this country, there's a lot of things that we could be frustrated about. But there's also a lot of things that we can be grateful for, because it could be a heck of a lot worse than it is right now. And I think that maybe, possibly, we're moving in a good direction, right? So, hey Jerry, nice to see you on here. All right, guys, have a wonderful 4th, and I will see you on Monday. Rise Unconquered.